Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Ear Training, the podcast where we help you improve your English listening skills by talking about real-life topics in a slow, clear, and natural way. I'm your host, Eva, and I'm so happy you're here with me again today. This is episode 5, and if this is your first time with us, welcome. I'm really happy to have you here. This podcast is for English learners who want to practice their listening skills, but who still can't understand native English when it's spoken very fast, or when native speakers are talking to each other. So, if that's where you're at in your English journey, then this podcast should be perfect for you. In each episode, I speak a little bit more slowly and a little more clearly than native speakers usually do. I try to use natural phrases, but I also explain them when needed. So, in today's episode, we'll explore two really interesting topics. First, we'll talk about something mysterious and fascinating, dreams. And second, we'll explore the question, do you prefer mountains and forests or beaches? It's a fun topic because people have strong opinions, so we'll look at what's great about each one. Okay, let's talk about dreams first. When I say dreams, I'm actually talking about the things we see when we're sleeping, the images and the stories that play inside our minds. Now, of course, the word dream can also refer to a goal, something we want to achieve in the future. But in this podcast, I'm talking about your dreams, the dreams that you have when you're asleep. So this is an interesting topic for me, and I think for many people too, because most people have no idea why we dream, right? What's the purpose of having dreams? Have you ever had one that felt so real you were surprised when you woke up? Maybe you dreamed that you were flying, or talking to someone you haven't seen in a long time, or even being in a completely different world. And then suddenly, you wake up, and everything disappears. Dreams can be happy, sad, funny, confusing, or even scary. They're a little bit like movies that play inside your head while you're sleeping. In dreams, strange things can happen. You might be in your old school one moment, then suddenly you're in a city you've never visited. Or maybe you're running, but your legs feel heavy, like they're stuck. You might find yourself speaking a different language, or seeing people who are no longer alive. Dreams often don't follow the rules of real life, but while you're dreaming, they can feel completely real. And here's something amazing. Everyone dreams. Adults, children, babies, and even animals like dogs and cats. Have you ever seen a dog sleeping and moving its legs like it's running? That's probably a dream. Even though we all dream every night, not everyone remembers their dreams when they wake up. Most dreams happen during a special stage of sleep called REM sleep. REM stands for rapid eye movement. During REM sleep, your brain becomes very active, almost like it's awake, and your eyes move quickly under your eyelids, but your body stays still. This is the stage when most dreaming takes place. People have been curious about dreams for thousands of years. Long before science tried to understand dreams, people believed they had special meanings. In many ancient cultures, dreams were seen as messages from gods or spirits. Some people believed that dreams could tell the future or guide them in important decisions. In ancient Egypt, for example, people thought that dreams came from the gods. They even had dream interpreters, special people whose job was to explain what a dream meant. If you dreamed about a snake or water or a storm, the interpreter would try to tell you what that symbol meant for your life. In ancient Greece, people sometimes visited temples when they were sick and hoped to receive a healing dream. They believed that the gods could send dreams to help them recover. In other parts of the world, people believed that dreams were a way to connect with ancestors or visit another world. Even today, many people believe that dreams have meaning. Some people try to understand their dreams as a way to understand themselves. They might ask questions like, "Why did I dream about falling?" Or, "What does it mean if I dream about losing something?" Dreams are often full of symbols, and people try to make sense of them. But what does science say? Well, scientists have been studying dreams for many years, and even now there's still a lot we don't know. But there are some interesting ideas. One idea is that dreams help us process our emotions. During the day, we experience all kinds of feelings: joy, anger, stress, excitement, sadness. Our brains don't always have time to fully understand these emotions while we're awake. But at night, while we're sleeping, the brain may go over those feelings again. Dreams could be a way for the brain to work through emotions, helping us feel more balanced the next day. Another idea is that dreams help with memory. When you learn something new, like a language or a dance or a skill at work, your brain needs to store that information. Some researchers believe that dreaming is part of that process. It's like your brain is practicing while you sleep, replaying the things you learned to help you remember them better. And then there's creativity. Some people say they've gotten their best ideas from dreams. The famous inventor Thomas Edison said he got many creative ideas while dreaming. And there's a well-known story about a scientist named Auguste Kekulé. He was trying to understand the shape of a chemical molecule, and one night he had a dream about a snake biting its own tail. That dream gave him the answer. The molecule was shaped like a ring. So dreaming might help us be more creative, more emotional, and better at learning. It could even help keep the brain clean and healthy. Some scientists think that dreaming helps the brain throw away information it doesn't need, so it can be ready for the next day. But here's something funny. Even though we dream every night, we usually forget most of our dreams very quickly. We might dream 4, 5, or even 6 times in one night. But when we wake up, we usually remember just one dream, or none at all. This happens because the part of the brain that stores long-term memories is not very active while we sleep. So unless we wake up during or right after a dream, it usually fades away. Our attention moves to the real world, and the dream disappears. Some people try to remember their dreams by keeping a dream journal. That means they keep a notebook next to their bed, and when they wake up, they write down what they dreamed before doing anything else. Even before checking their phone. Doing this regularly can help people remember their dreams more often and notice patterns. Let's talk a little more about the kinds of dreams people have. Most dreams are like short stories. They often include people we know, places we've been, or things that happened recently. Some of them are strange, but they still follow some kind of story. Other dreams are totally random, like jumping from one scene to another without any reason. That's one of the magical and confusing things about dreams. They don't follow the same rules as the real world. Then we have nightmares. These are dreams that are scary or disturbing. In a nightmare, you might feel like you're in danger, or you might feel fear or sadness. Nightmares can wake you up in the middle of the night, and sometimes they stay in your mind for a long time. Everyone has nightmares sometimes, even adults, but children tend to have them more often. Nightmares can be caused by stress, anxiety, or even something simple, like eating too close to bedtime. If you've ever gone to sleep feeling nervous or upset, you might notice that your dreams are darker or more intense. There's also a special kind of dream called a lucid dream. In a lucid dream, you realize that you're dreaming while the dream is still happening. You might say to yourself, "Wait, this isn't real, I must be dreaming." And once you realize that, sometimes you can even control the dream. You might choose to fly or go somewhere beautiful or change the story completely. Some people practice lucid dreaming on purpose, and they really enjoy the feeling of being aware while dreaming. Sometimes people have recurring dreams. That means the same dream, or almost the same dream, happens again and again. This could be a sign that there's something in your life or in your mind that you haven't dealt with yet. For example, if someone often dreams about being late for school or work, it might show that they're feeling anxious or stressed in real life. Dreams can be so different for everyone. Some people dream in color, some dream in black and white. People who are blind from birth don't see images in their dreams, but they might experience sounds, smells, touch, and emotions. Isn't that fascinating? Babies actually spend more time in REM sleep than adults, which means they probably dream more. But of course we don't know what babies dream about. Maybe they dream about sounds they've heard or faces they've seen. Most dreams feel like they last a long time, but in real life they might only last a few minutes. Some dreams are short and simple. Others feel like an entire movie. In the end, dreams are one of the most mysterious parts of being human. They're personal, they're strange, they're sometimes powerful. Scientists still have a lot to learn about why we dream and what dreams really mean. Maybe dreams help us solve problems. Maybe they help us process life. Or maybe they're just our brain's way of playing when we're asleep. Whatever they are, dreams are a part of life. So the next time you wake up, try to remember your dream. Think about how it made you feel. Was it happy, scary, confusing? Maybe, just maybe, your dream is trying to tell you something. So, let's move on to our second topic, mountains and forests versus beaches. What do you prefer? Just imagine, it's vacation time. You have no classes, no work, no emails to check, just time to relax, to breathe, and to enjoy life. You're free. Completely free. Now here's the big question. Where would you go? Would you travel to a quiet cabin deep in the woods where the only sounds are birds singing and trees gently swaying in the wind? Or would you head to the beach where the sun warms your skin, the sand feels soft under your feet, and the sound of waves calms your soul? Both options sound amazing, right? But they're very different. Let's start with the mountains and forests. There's something magical about being surrounded by tall trees and fresh mountain air. The mountains are huge, quiet, and powerful. They feel ancient. Standing on a mountain, you feel small, but in a good way. You feel connected to the earth, to something bigger than yourself. In many countries, people love spending time in mountain regions. In Switzerland, people enjoy hiking through the Alps, where the air is crisp and the scenery is stunning. In Nepal, people from all over the world visit to hike the Himalayas, including Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world. And in Canada, families often go camping in the mountains or walk through peaceful forests filled with lakes and wildlife. When you go into the forest, everything slows down. You can hear the sound of birds, the whisper of the wind, the crunch of leaves under your shoes. It's almost like nature is inviting you to breathe more deeply, to think more clearly. In Japan, there is a special word for this experience. It's called Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing. But don't worry, it doesn't mean taking a bath in the forest. It means walking slowly and calmly among the trees, using all your senses. You look at the light shining through the leaves. You listen to the birds. You feel the texture of tree bark. You smell the earth. It's not about exercise or speed. It's about connection with the forest and with yourself. Studies have shown that spending time in forests can lower stress, reduce anxiety, and even improve your immune system. Amazing, right? And let's not forget the beauty of the seasons. In the forest, you can see spring flowers, summer sunshine, autumn leaves, and winter snow, all in the same place but at different times of the year. Every visit feels new. For many people, mountains and forests are the perfect escape from busy city life. If your daily life feels too noisy or crowded, going into nature can feel like a breath of fresh air, literally and emotionally. But of course, not everyone prefers the forest. Now let's take a completely different journey to the beach. The beach is a place of light and laughter. When we think of beaches, we often think of sunshine, blue skies, soft waves, and bare feet in the sand. It's a place where you don't need to wear shoes, where the dress code is simple: swimsuit, sunglasses, and maybe a big hat. In countries like Thailand, Australia, and Brazil, beaches are not just tourist spots, they're part of everyday life. People go there after work, on weekends, or even early in the morning. Some go to surf. Some go to relax. Some just sit and watch the ocean for hours. And in Hawaii, the beach isn't just a place to have fun. It's part of the culture. People gather with family, have picnics, sing songs, or perform traditional dances near the water. The beach connects them to the land, the sea, and their ancestors. There's something about the ocean that makes time feel slower. People smile more, they walk more slowly. Maybe it's the sound of the waves or the feeling of warm sand, or maybe it's the salt air that makes us feel relaxed. At the beach, you can do so many things: swim, surf, play volleyball, collect seashells, build sand castles, or just lie down and do absolutely nothing, and that's okay. A beach vacation often means tropical fruits, cold drinks, and bright colors. Think mangoes, coconuts, pineapples. Think bright towels, colorful umbrellas, and the sound of music playing in the distance. It's fun, it's social, it's playful. But of course, beaches aren't for everyone either. Some people find the beach too hot or too crowded. Some don't enjoy getting sand everywhere, in their shoes, in their clothes, even in their food. Others don't like the salty feeling on their skin after swimming in the sea. And for those with sensitive skin, too much sun can be uncomfortable. So, what's better? Mountains and forests, or beaches? Honestly, there's no right answer. It all depends on you, on your mood, your personality, and even your physical needs. If you love excitement, heat, and movement, The beach might feel perfect. The ocean energizes you. The sun fills you with life. You enjoy being around people, or at least watching people have fun. You like the feeling of freedom that comes with waves and wide skies. But if you love quiet, cool air and moments of deep thought, the forest might be your happy place. You enjoy the silence, the colors of nature, and the smell of earth. You want to walk slowly, to breathe deeply, to hear your own thoughts clearly. You want to feel grounded. Some people say beaches are for people with summer hearts, warm, open, social, and forests are for old souls, deep thinkers who enjoy solitude and peace. But guess what? You don't have to choose just one. You can enjoy both, and maybe at different times in your life you'll need different things. When you're tired and stressed, maybe the forest is what you need. When you're happy and want to celebrate life, maybe the beach is the perfect place. Some people even mix both. There are places in the world where mountains meet the ocean, like in Big Sur, California, or certain parts of New Zealand. Imagine hiking in the morning, then swimming in the sea by afternoon. That sounds like the best of both worlds, right? And what about you? What's your favorite? Have you ever been to the mountains? Or spent a whole day on the beach? Think about the sounds, the smells, the temperature, the feeling in your body. Which place makes you feel most alive? Which one helps you feel most like yourself? Travel isn't always about going far. Sometimes just taking a walk in a nearby park or spending time near water can give you the feeling you're looking for. Nature is everywhere, and it offers so many gifts. All right, well, we're about done for today. I hope you enjoyed exploring these two beautiful types of places with me. Both are special. Both have something unique to offer, and maybe next time you have a chance to travel, you'll remember this episode and think more deeply about the kind of place your heart needs. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and subscribe. And if you know someone who might enjoy this podcast, share it with them too. I hope you'll join me again for the next episode. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I'll talk to you in episode 6 of the English Ear Training Podcast.